Winfrey, Dr. Oz, and Dr. Phil, I'll give it to them. They started out wanting to make a difference in the world, wanting to make people's lives better, much better. But then human nature kicked in. The egos kicked in. The sinners in them took control. Because all men are filthy sinners for the Lord. No, there's none that does good. No, not one. There's none righteous. No, not one. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. This includes you, Oprah Winfrey. You fucking bitch, you think you're a god? You ain't shit. You fucking bitch. Dr. Phil, you pompous, bold, know-it-all quack. Well, you seem to be mellowing out lately, so I'll take back what I just said to you. Dr. Oz, now that you've seen the perks that come with having such a nationally, maybe internationally syndicated talk show, you've forgotten why you began your talk show to begin with. Now, your show is about, the main objective of your show now is to sell commercial time to the biggest name sponsors that you can possibly afford, who will pay you the most money, like an auctioneer, trying to get the biggest price from the highest bidder. Now it's all about in selling commercial time to the highest bidder. You're now filling your bank accounts with multi-millions of dollars. Buy another brand new Jaguar or sports car, another mansion, to hobnob with celebrities while completely ignoring the guy and homeless man asleep in the gutter, sick because he can't afford medications. It's all about you. Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, Oprah, how great you are. How great a humanitarian you are. When you're really the heart that's deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. You deceived yourselves into believing you're God's great humanitarians while hoarding up that big money. Just think, if you really wanted to make the world, the real world, a better place. And let me say, yes, your show, the objective now of your show is to make that big money. Side effects of making this money is that you help a few people per show and live a better life, and in doing so you deceive yourself into believing that you're real humanitarians when you ain't shit but egotistical motherfucker building up your own fortresses and your own castles in the sky, I might add. If you really wanted to make this world a better place, just think, if you were to take, you could live off 90%, you could live off 5% of the big money you got and live a rich life. If you really care about helping humanity, why in the fuck don't you take the other 95% of your wealth? You can't take it with you when you die anyways. And motherfuckers and bitch, you're gonna die one day. Why don't you take that money and make it so those people living in the gutter? I have a friend who has a fluid pouring out of his ears, constant headaches. The hospitals refuse to give him a CAT scan because he doesn't have the money. He might have cancer, and if he does and he dies of cancer because the hospitals want their money. Why in the fuck don't you find people like that? Help them. Don't just give them the money, because if you give a person the money, their ego is gonna kick it, and they're gonna waste it on building themselves up. Use that money to make their lives better lives. Guide them. You really want to make the world a better place. If you really have faith in OPRAH Winfrey, if you really believe there's a heaven above, and that what you got in heaven will last forever, if you really believe that, there's a verse of scripture I was thinking about. Fuck, what was the fucking verse of scripture? No, I'm thinking about that. So really, the hypocrisy of y'all just fucking galls me. You fucking hypocrites. For one, you start helping me find out what the fuck is wrong with me. None of these motherfucking doctors in these backwoods hick areas of the country can find out what the fuck is wrong with me, much less cure me. Have I got a brain tumor? Have I got something that can be cured or treated? Is there any way I can get off some of these 7 fucking prescription fucking medications? The junkie in the gutter takes medication, illegal drugs, pot, smack, crack, meth. So he does not have to feel nothing, so he can feel high. I, a legal junkie, on legal prescription medications, have to take 7 medications to feel normal. So instead of feeling lethargic, fatigued, half like I'm gonna fucking die. Or, worse yet, keep from having another stroke. If I have another stroke and I can't rap, I'm gonna fucking kill myself on the internet for everybody to see and point the finger at people like Oprah, Phil, and Dr. Oz. I just felt a funny feeling go down my right arm saying that. The excitement of this video is making me feel woozy. What the fuck is wrong? What the fuck is... I can't read this newspaper. There's something's fucking wrong with my eyes. Mainly my right eye. Although the vision in my both eyes seems to... I can't read the dates of coins up close. It seems to be worse in my right eye. Bright lights at night, car lights, headlights, or bright sunlight in the afternoon irritates my eyes. There's more of a blurred vision to my right eye side. A funny sensation behind my right eye. What the fuck is... Here's further proof that it's your egos that you're out to build up, not helping humanity. Splashing your good deeds that you do, all the people you help on your TV shows and the mass media. Oprah Winfrey boasting about her, all this she's doing in South Africa to help black girls be able to get an education. If you really, really love God, and believe in God, and love your fellow man, why don't you, here's what you do. Do your good deeds and don't tell a soul about it. Don't even think about it in your mind. Oh, I'm such a good person. You go find a homeless person who's truly trying to make it, who's not, and who truly wants help. Not trying to game the system, not trying to get high on drugs, not trying to get his next fix. And you help him get on his feet. And pay for somebody to be there to guide him and teach him. You don't just give him the money and send him on his way. That's just asking for waste and fraud and a disaster. Help him get a bank account. Get him an advisor. And do this over and over with all that fantastic wealth you got. You rich people, you rich celebrities claim to be God's greatest humanitarians. You could wipe poverty out of America if it was truly about loving your fellow man. But what gets in your way is your own egos. You want to build your own big castles, your ivory towers. You become unreachable by the average man. The only people who can reach you are the celebrities and other rich motherfuckers who think they're better than the rest of us. Jesus said, to whom much is given, much is required. To whom little is given, little is required. You and your millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, Oprah, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, when you stand before that light at the end of the tunnel, provided you even make it to heaven, and he asks you, what did you do with your life? Oprah, you're going to say to Jesus, look at what I did with my show. I lifted people out of the gutter into a much better lives. You're going to point out how you did things to strengthen your own race, and he's going to communicate to you that glorified you, your race. Look at what it got you. What did you do with your life to demonstrate the same love to others, unconditional, total, complete, devoid of self that I am showing to you right now? And you're going to feel like an ass up there. You're going to realize just how short of the glory of God you were. You're going to realize how much of a nobody you really are. And all that humanitarian deeds you did to be seen of men, to get you riches. And when Christ takes you to your mansion, and you walk past Joe Blow here, who did things for other people, not expecting or wanting a damn dime back from them, who did things just because he cared for them. And you see him walking into the doors of his big 100-story mansion. And Jesus leads you to a little one-room hut and says, this is your mansion for all eternity. There, the first shall be last. Oprah Winfrey, Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, and the last. That Joe Blow who nobody ever gave a damn about. But he didn't care. His main concern was helping other people because he loved them. The last shall be first. That is, if you even make it to heaven, you hypocrites. And having food and shelter therewith, let us be content. You don't need those billions of extra dollars. Just think of all the good you can do to help those who don't have food and shelter to get food and shelter. You fucking hypocrites. I mean, Oprah, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, you could live an extravagant lifestyle on just 10% of your income after taxes. If you truly cared about your fellow man, loves thy neighbor as thyself, and we're not in this game to build up your own portfolios, your own egos, your own ivory towers, you would donate. You would be wise as serpents. You would not just throw money away. You would use the other 95 or 90% of your wealth to make life better for as many people as you possibly could. The Bible says, having food and shelter therewith to be content. If you truly believed there was a life after death, and the more you loved your fellow man, the closer to God and Jesus you would be. Not trying to get rich in heaven. You're missing the point if you're trying to get a bigger mansion in heaven. The object is to get closer to God and Jesus Christ. To enjoy the true riches in heaven, your personality has got to be radically transformed. But the fact that you're driving expensive Jaguars, living in, you got 5 or 6 mansions all over the freaking country. Oh yes, you give millions of dollars as charity. You never miss it. What about the little widow in the Bible who threw the only thing she had into the treasury, while all the scribes and Pharisees, filthy rich, were throwing tons of money in the treasury, knowing they had tons more back home to spend on themselves. Jesus said that little widow had given more than all the others. You fools. You think you're pleasing God, but when you stand before God, all your humanitarian deeds are gonna be pure shit. Oh, Chris, if you were a filthy rich billionaire, you'd do the same thing. Damn right I would. But I'm coming out and telling you, you only live once, and I want to get all I can and count all I get. You're pretending to be God's next greatest humanitarian, the next Gandhi, the next Mother Teresa, to the rest of your fellow human beings, but living one huge lie, a lie so huge you've got yourself tricked into believing God thinks of you as the next great humanitarian. You hypocrites. Of course I'll give money to help other people, but it's none of your damn business who I give to. That's between me and God. That's none of your damn business. You're doing it so everybody can admire you as superstar celebrity humanitarians. If you're even going to make it to heaven, you're going to get no rewards up there from God because you're getting your rewards down here. When was the last time you did something for somebody and told absolutely nobody else? Have you ever done something for somebody else and kept it so private you didn't even pat yourself on the shoulder for doing it? In other words, have you ever done something for somebody else out of unconditional love, even if they turned around and hated you? You know, I don't even think God has that kind of love. I wish He did, and I wish He would give me my longer arms, my good looks, and my youthful looks. Even if I never turned around and loved Him, I wish He did it out of unconditional love for me. But that's not feasible because that's not a holy kind of love. It's got everything that comes from God has got to some way go back to God. But no, I'll donate lots of money. I'm not going to give out everything I have. Shoot, I don't want to be poor. I want to be filthy rich. But at least I'm coming out and telling you, hey, don't look at me as the next great humanitarian. I'm Chris. I want to live my life. I want to live my life for me. And then once I get mine, I will be complete and feel whole, self-fulfilled. I will want to help others to achieve the same thing. But I'm not going to give up my sense of self-fulfillment to get making somebody else feel self-fulfillment. No. I'm a selfish individual. But I'm admitting it. I'm human enough to admit it, you fucking lying hypocrites. And even shooting this video, the excitement is making me feel woozy in my head. Like if I keep on making this video, I'm going to start feeling like I'm wanting to pass out. Dr. Oz, what in the fuck is wrong with me? God damn it. Do I have to do a suicide video? Calling 911 and staring suicide in the face and hoping not the ambulance gets there in time to save me from ODing on sleeping pills to get on your show, because then my story, you could use my story to sell mad commercial time to real high bidders, because they would realize that people would want to see what this is something that has never been done. Nobody's ever committed suicide on the internet and been called 911 and been revived in an attempt to get on your show. Fellow man, here's further proof that it's your egos that you're out to build up, not helping humanity. Splashing your good deeds that you do, all the people you help on your TV shows and the mass media. OPRAH Winfrey boasting about her, all this she's doing in South Africa to help black girls be able to get an education. If you really, really love God, believe in God, and love